this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2008 movie Sex Drive. So in this movie, a high schooler drives across country with his best friends to hook up with a baby he met online. So this is hands down one of the absolute funniest sex comedies of all time. I absolutely love this movie. The story is great. I love all of the characters. Like, every character has their moments to shine and stuff, and are hilarious in their own ways and everything, and they're all great. Felicia and Lance are all really lovable and funny, having really hilarious moments and everything. They have some really hilarious moments together and stuff. They're also just the way their relationship progresses is really nice in this movie. Josh Zuckerman, Amanda Crew, Clark Duke, they are all excellent in this movie, and they all have really great chemistry and work really well together and everything, and they really carry this movie really well and everything, and it's got a great supporting cast too. James Marsden is just really balls to the walls, crazy funny in here and everything. He's homophobic as hell, but like he is hilarious and everything, and I thought he was really good in this movie. Seth Green is also really great. He has a small role as this Amish mechanic, and he's just really funny and stuff. And everything. I think he fit the role really well as well. And everything, he did a really good job. And the jokes are a mile a minute, and it never slows down. Every scene has some kind of hilarious, quirky moment and everything, and it's just really a funny movie from start to finish and everything. There are just so many great, hilarious moments and everything. I love. I just love all the jokes in here and everything. Like there's just really some really funny stuff in this movie, and I had rewatched the unrated version, which I hadn't seen since like when it first came out, and it has all like a whole bunch of unnecessary nudity and stuff that shouldn't. It didn't have any point to be in there and stuff, but Sean Anders had said in his at the introduction of the movie that he did it that way because he was tired of seeing unrated movies that were promising filthier stuff and everything and not actually having it. So he added a bunch of gratuitous nudity and unnecessary stuff that just to make it funnier and stuff. There's even like a scene where they actually show the crew and everything filming the movie and everything. It's just really funny and stuff. It's a really good movie. And everything, and the unrated version it's pretty hilarious. I forgot how funny it was, but it never slows down with the comedy though. Like every time I watch this movie, there's either something I've missed over the years, or I just really find myself laughing the whole movie and everything. It's just so funny and everything. It's just a really great movie and everything. I think this movie deserves so much better than it got and everything. Like it was a very underrated movie. I love the simple plot of Ian just wanting to meet up with this woman he met from the internet, and seeing where it all leads to is hilarious, and everything is balls to the walls crazy and everything. The ending is hilarious, but really crazy. Not exactly what you would expect this movie to go. It kind of got a little bit dark while still being absolutely hilarious and stuff too. I love a lot of the stuff that happens there, and the reason I'm not really talking about a lot of the big plot points is I don't want to spoil it, because I know there are a lot of people that haven't seen it, so and everything, but and I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it and stuff. But I also just miss movies like this. I miss when comedy movies had the balls to go crazy and not give a crap about offending people and stuff and everything. This movie has a lot of stuff that definitely would not work in a comedy nowadays and stuff like comedy movies are just so bad today and everything. Like there's very rarely good comedies anymore and everything. It just sucks because it's one of my favorite genres. In fact, it probably is my favorite genre and everything. And I just hate that it's gone the way it has and everything, because this movie really reminds me of like how good comedies used to be and everything. And I feel like the early 2000s was one of the best decades for comedies, but I've loved comedies throughout the whole history of cinema and stuff. It's just one of my favorite genres and everything. And while there is a lot of raunchiness like in many other early 2000s sex comedies, there is also a lot of really heartfelt moments in this movie too that make you really care about the characters and stuff, and you really invest into their relationships and everything, and how they care about each other and support each other and everything, despite all the raunchiness and them kind of making fun of each other throughout the movie. There's still this really well-written connection between the characters and everything, and I love that about this movie. It has really great, lovable characters and stuff, and a lot of heart to it too, under all the raunchiness, which is something I love about early 2000s raunchy comedies, is a lot of movies did that and everything. And while it does follow a lot of the typical sex comedy and road trip cliches, it plays into them very, very well. I think all the cliches that they do in this movie actually works to its benefit and everything, because they're really hilarious. They do it really great and everything. So I think this is definitely one of the best teen sex comedies of all time and everything, and it's an absolute blast from start to finish, and is one of the funniest comedy movies ever made and everything, and definitely one of the best ones from the early 2000s that doesn't ever get talked about. It's a very underrated gem and everything. So if you haven't seen it and you like raunchy comedies, especially from the early 2000s, I would highly recommend this movie. It is absolutely hilarious and a really great movie, and it's one of the movies that I went in not knowing what I was going to get, and I fell in love with it and have loved it ever since I watched it for the first time and everything. I just rented it because I had heard that someone say that it was the funniest comedy since Superbad and everything, which was only like a year before it, so it was like, that's not a very long time, but I was like, maybe since they're comparing it to Superbad, maybe I would like it and everything. And I think this movie is just as much of a classic and just as funny as Superbad is. It's a really, really awesome, great movie and everything. So, and everything. And I really enjoy this movie a lot and everything. Rewatching it with my best friend the other day was just awesome. Everything. I've got to watch it with both of my best friends and everything. We all love this movie and everything, and I just went in not knowing what to expect and fell in love with it and everything, and it's really a great movie. I appreciate it even more now than I ever have. It's just one of my favorite movies from that time period in the early 2000s. I have a lot. I kind of have some nostalgia for it. That's starting to kick in too. But I've always loved this movie, and my feelings for it have never changed. And everything. I laugh just as hard every single time I watch it. So I definitely say I'd give Sex Drive a 10 out of 10. And I really would recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. If you like raunchy comedies, if you don't like them, then this is definitely not going to be for you. But I highly recommend it if you're into raunchy comedies, especially if you miss like the old school feel ones from the early 2000s. And if you like movies like American Pie and Road Trip and stuff like that, I think you would really like this movie. So I definitely would recommend it. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.